In the ancient kingdoms of Korea, the royal families of Goryeo, Joseon, and even the older Silla dynasty lived behind palace walls, filled with light, power, and forbidden secrets. Today, we pulling back the veil of history to uncover the legends they tried so desperately to hide the story of a cursed golden crown, a vanished prince no one was ever allowed to speak about, and a dangerous form of alchemy that was banned forever. These are the tales buried deep within the royal tombs and secret records of Korea, stories of power so great it became a curse. Our journey begins in the ancient Silla kingdom, a realm of gold and splendor. At the heart of its power was the Silla Golden Crown, a breathtaking masterpiece crafted from pure gold. Adorned with comb-shaped jade pieces and featuring mysterious tree-shaped branches reaching for the heavens. Officially, historians tell us it symbolized the king's divine right to rule, a connection between the earth and the sky. But whispered legends and fragmented old records tell a much darker story. They say that any king who wore the crown for too long was plagued by strange, vivid dreams, nightmares, where long-dead ancestors warned them that the throne demanded a terrible, unspoken price. Some kings, terrified of this premonition, reportedly refused to wear the crown more than once, fearing the insidious curse that came hand in hand with absolute power. When the Silla dynasty eventually fell after nearly 1,000 years of rule, the magnificent crown vanished. For centuries, its whereabouts became one of Korea's greatest mysteries. Treasure hunters and historians speculated wildly. Was it buried with the last Silla king to protect his spirit in the afterlife? Or was it hidden away somewhere deep in the mountains, a desperate act to protect future kingdoms from its corrupting influence? The legend, however, offers a more chilling explanation. It claims the crown carried a powerful, inscribed warning. One meant for all future rulers. Those who seek power without virtue will inevitably lose what they cherish most. Prophecy that would echo through the ages. And that ominous warning brings us to our next story, from the Goryeo dynasty that followed Silla. This is the tragic tale of the missing prince. In the turbulent late Goryeo period, there was a young prince described in secret chronicles as brilliant, compassionate, and deeply beloved by the common people. He was seen as a beacon of hope for a kingdom in decline. And then, overnight, he was gone. There was no public announcement of his death, no state funeral, no official explanation whatsoever. The royal court simply scrubbed his name from every official document, erasing him from history as if he had never existed. The silence from the palace was deafening and absolute. Any court officials who dared to ask questions about the prince's whereabouts were swiftly removed from their positions. Some were exiled, others simply disappeared, their families warned to never speak of it again. But secrets have a way of surviving. Hidden diaries and personal letters from that era, discovered centuries later, paint a conspiratorial picture. They claim the prince stumbled upon something he wasn't supposed to see. Something hidden deep within the palace object, or a ritual connected to the lost Scylla crown. What did he find? Some accounts suggest he touched a forbidden artifact and fell into a mysterious, incurable illness. Others propose a more dangerous theory, that he uncovered a forbidden shamanistic ritual being performed by the royal court to secure their power, and he threatened to expose it. That very night, the story goes, the prince was taken away. The official unspoken narrative was that he died quietly in his sleep. But there was no body, no burial record, no tomb. Only a chilling, impenetrable silence. Centuries later, during an archaeological excavation, a small, unmarked royal tomb was found. Inside, a simple cryptic inscription read, "He who knew too much sleeps here." Many historians now believe this tomb belonged to the missing prince. A young man punished not for an act of betrayal, but for uncovering a truth the palace feared more than any enemy. As the Goryeo dynasty crumbled and the Joseon dynasty rose to take its place, the new kings were obsessed with order, Confucian, stability, and strict control. They sought to cleanse the kingdom of what they saw as primitive and dangerous beliefs. Anything connected to magic, spirits, or ancient rituals was systematically outlawed, especially a practice known as Gyeomjeon, a form of forbidden alchemy that promised to turn base metals into pure gold and, more importantly, create elixirs of immortality. Publicly, the Joseon kings and their scholars denounced Gyeomjeon as foolish superstition. But secretly, behind closed doors and in hidden palace chambers, some of them desperately searched for it. Royal alchemists sworn to secrecy, toiled in the dead of night, attempting to brew medicines that could extend a king's life, sharpen his mind, or guarantee a healthy heir. But their quest was a cursed one. Every attempt seemed to end in disaster. The alchemists themselves, and sometimes those who tested their concoctions, suffered from madness, debilitating sickness, vivid hallucinations, or sudden death. The experiments were deemed too dangerous, the price too high. Finally, the court officially declared the entire practice illegal, branding it a path that curses the kingdom. But the rumors never truly died. One legend persists that the very last royal alchemist, just before the ban was enforced, succeeded in creating something a small, potent object forged from gold dust, powdered jade, and a blend of ancient mystical herbs. When palace servants discovered his hidden workshop, the king, in a fit of fear and fury, ordered everything to be burned. But as the ashes cooled, one item was missing. The alchemist's final creation was gone. Some whisper it was stolen by a loyal court lady who passed it down secretly through her family for generations. A forbidden relic of a band art that might, just might, still exist somewhere today. 3 dynasties, 3 stories, 3 haunting secrets. A cursed golden crown that tests the virtue of its wearer. A prince who vanished for learning a terrible truth, and a forbidden alchemy so dangerous it had to be erased from history. Were these simply campfire tales? Allegories meant to warn against the corrupting nature of power? Or are they fragmented truths, echoes of real events that the royal families went to extreme lengths to hide? When you hold absolute power, history becomes a tool, something to be written and rewritten. What we know today is only the version they wanted us to see. But as we uncover these mysteries, one thing becomes undeniably clear. Every dynasty. They simply wait buried under layers of stone, hidden in forgotten tombs, and whispered through the long centuries, until someone is brave enough to dig them up and tell the story again. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into Korea's hidden past. If you enjoyed uncovering these secrets, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next historical deep dive. See you next time.